Hello students, today just I am going to teach in chemistry, it is class 9. So just today we have to study about the change of state of matter. You know, any substance can be exist in three states, in which one is called solid state, second is called liquid state, and third is called gaseous state. So if a substance is present in any particular state, then we can change the state of that substance. How can you change the state of any substance? Listen, we can change the state of any substance by using two ways, in which one is change in temperature and second is change in pressure. So by changing in temperature and by changing in pressure, we can change the state of any matter. Just I am going to write on the board. Number 1, change in temperature, and second, change in pressure. So by doing this, we can change the state of any matter. Now we will see how will you change the state of any matter by applying the changing in temperature. Listen, when we increase the temperature or when we decrease the temperature, then in both cases we can change the state of matter. If you increase the temperature, then any solid changes into liquid, and when we increase the temperature of a liquid, then that liquid changes into gaseous state. So by increase in temperature, we can convert solid into liquid or liquid into gas. If you convert solid into liquid on heating, then it is called melting. And if you change any liquid into gas on heating, then it is called boiling or vaporization. So just we will define what is melting and what is boiling. The process by which a solid substance converts into liquid state, then it is called melting. And the temperature on which any solid substance gets converted into liquid on heating is called melting point. Now just we will define what is boiling or vaporization. Means the process in which any liquid substance gets converted into its vapor state on heating is called boiling or vaporization, and the temperature at which any liquid gets converted into its gaseous state is called boiling point. So we are seeing here how that we can change the state of any matter by changing temperature. How? By increasing the temperature, and second by decreasing the temperature. Just we have seen, if we increase the temperature, then solid can be converted into liquid or liquid can be converted into solid. But just we will see, if we decrease the temperature, then what will happen? If you decrease the temperature, then any vapor gets converted into liquid, and this process is called condensation. Similarly, if you decrease the temperature of any liquid, then it gets converted into solid, and this process is called freezing. So we can say condensation is just opposite of boiling, and freezing is just opposite of melting. So in this way we have seen, if we change the temperature of any substance, then the physical state of that substance gets converted into other state. Now we will see what will happen if we change in pressure. If we change in pressure, then the state of any substance converts into other state. For example, here just we also apply two things, in which one is by increase the pressure and second by decrease the pressure. If we increase the pressure, then vapor gets converted into liquid, and if we decrease the pressure, then some solid substances directly gets converted into vapor state. For example, have you heard the name of solid carbon dioxide guy? Solid carbon dioxide is stored under high pressure, if we decrease the pressure, and then at that condition that solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly into gaseous state. So just we have seen, if we increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, similarly if we increase the pressure or decrease the pressure, then the state of substances gets converted. Now just we will discuss what happens when we apply the condition of higher pressure and low temperature. High pressure and low temperature means if we apply the condition of high pressure and low temperature, then what will happen? Listen, by applying this condition we can convert any gas into liquid. How? Just I am going to explain it. Listen, suppose that a substance is present in gaseous state. So when we apply the condition of high pressure, then the molecule of that gases come closer to one another. Means we can say that gas starts to compress, and when they compress, when the molecule of that gas compress, then at this situation heat is released. So to take away that heat, we apply the condition of low temperature, means we cool that system, and in this way that gas finally converts into liquid state. Once again, just I am going to explain what when we apply the condition of high pressure and low temperature, then gases converts into liquid. But how? Listen. When we apply the condition of high pressure, then the molecules of that gas come close to one another, means they get compressed, and during this situation heat is released. So to take away that heat, we apply the condition of low temperature, and by doing so that gas starts to convert into liquid state. Now we will discuss why solid carbon dioxide gas is stored under high pressure. Means solid carbon dioxide gas, not solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide, which is also known as dry ice. What is dry ice? Means solid carbon dioxide is also known as dry ice. So this dry ice means solid carbon dioxide gas is stored under high pressure, because when we remove the condition of high pressure, then that solid carbon dioxide directly converts into gaseous state, means carbon dioxide gas. So it is stored under high pressure always. Now we will discuss about latent heat. What is the meaning of latent heat? Latent heat means hidden heat. Means suppose that you have a little quantity of or little amount of water which is present at 0 degree centigrade. When we give the temperature to that water, then the temperature of that water starts to rise and we can represent it by the use of thermometer. So when we use the thermometer, then that thermometer will show the rising or raising of that raising the temperature of that water. But when the temperature of that water rises up to 100 degrees C, then after 100 degrees C that thermometer can't show the rise of the temperature. Why? Listen, because when we give the temperature to the water after 100 degrees C, then after 100 degrees C the heat which is given to the water is consumed to change the state of that water into gaseous state. So that given temperature is present in that water in the form of hidden heat. So how will you define latent heat? Means the amount of heat in joule which is required to convert the state of any liquid into gaseous state is called latent heat. Now we can say latent heat is of two types, in which one is called latent heat of fusion and second is called latent heat of vaporization. Now just we will discuss about latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of fusion? Means the quantity of heat in joule, or we can say the quantity of heat in joule which is required to convert the solid of mass 1 kg into its liquid state is called the latent heat of fusion. Once again, just I am going to explain it or define it. What is latent heat of fusion? The amount of heat or we can say the quantity or amount of heat in joule which is required to convert the solid of mass 1 kg into its liquid state is called latent heat of fusion. Now we will discuss what is latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat in joule which is required to convert the liquid of mass 1 kg into its gaseous state is called the latent heat of vaporization. Means when we give the latent heat, then any substance change its state. If we give the latent heat to the solid, then it gets converted into liquid, and when we give the latent heat of vaporization to the liquid, then that liquid gets converted into gaseous state. So in this way, just we have seen what is latent heat and what is the change of state of matter. Okay, in next class, just we will discuss about the properties of solid, liquid and gas. Okay, you have to listen carefully and you have to write notes. Thank you.